Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are well in this pandemic situation and stay safe, stay healthy. Okay, so in this situation, our burning topic and that is related with this situation is immunology. So, welcome to all of you to our new paper CC10, that is the immunology paper. So, what is immunology? Immunology is the study of immunity and immune system. Immunology is the study of immunity and immune system. Okay, so at first we have to know what is immunity. What is immunity? Immunity is the ability of an organism to resist infection. Okay, the ability of an organism to resist infection. This definition is according to Modican, Martinko and Parker in 1997. Okay. And what is the immune system? Immune system is a system that consists of the cells and organs associated with the immunity is called immune system. So, the immune system harbors the main immune organ, that is the lymphoid organ, that is the spleen and the immune cells, like that different types of the lymphocyte, monocyte, macrophage, dendritic cell, actually all the WBCs, both the granulocyte, agranulocyte, etc. are included into the immune system. So when you study the immune system, it is included as immunology, and when you study about the immunity, it is also immunology. Actually, the term immunity has come from the Latin word immunitius or immunitius. Actually, immunitius Latin word that means exempt. Exempt means ki? Exempt means free. Free. Exempt means free from. Exempt means free from. Actually, immunity is the free from the pathogen. Our ability to resist the pathogen is called immunity. So, the immunity is the ability to keep us free from the pathogen. Clear? Then, we have to know the types of immunity. Actually, there are two types of immunity. The first type is the innate immunity or the non-specific immunity, and the second type is the acquired immunity or the specific immunity. Okay, innate means inborn, the immunity that has been from our birth, it is called innate immunity. Actually, in this type of immunity, healthy individuals are able to protect themselves from the harmful pathogen in the environment by a number of very effective mechanisms, and it is present from the birth and which does not depend upon having previous experience of a particular pathogen. Okay, so innate immunity is the type of immunity that is present from birth. Okay, that is present from birth and that is not depend on the previous experience, and it is not specific, that is it is not specially for particular substance, it is same or similar to all, hence it is called non-specific immunity. And the next type is the acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is called adaptive immunity, or it can be called as specific immunity, that it is not present from our birth time, it can be acquired by our behavioral changes, by our new experience. So it is also called adaptive immunity because the changes, that is the adaptation, is associated with this type of immunity. Okay, and this type of immunity is specific for particular pathogen. Sometimes you're supposed to think that coronavirus enter in your body, then the antibody against the corona antigen can be produced. When pox virus enter in your body, then then the specific antibody can be produced against the pox virus. Sometimes suppose you have to think the Salmonella typhi bacteria enter in your body, so the antibody against the Salmonella can be produced, so it can be specific against each specific antigen, so it is also called specific immunity. Okay, then we have to discuss about the types of acquired immunity, and there is no specific types of innate immunity, but the innate immunity has though it has no several types, but it has several barriers. Actually, we cannot classify the innate immunity in specific types. Many barriers are present from our body during the birth, and the barriers act as the innate immunity. So, like that, biological barrier, chemical barrier, physiological barrier, physical barrier, inflammatory barrier, etc., etc. There are several barriers. Okay. At first, biological barrier. What is the biological barrier? Within our body, from the birth, already the MPS, that is the mononuclear phagocytic system, is present. The RES, that is the endothelial system, reticular endothelial system, is present in our body. Where? Within our spleen, within our lymph node, there are several lymph nodes within our body, and the largest lymph gland is the spleen. So spleen, lymph node, these are the RES and the MPS. RES mainly spleen, lymph node, or MPS mononuclear phagocytic system composed of the blood cells like lymphocyte, monocyte, etc., etc. Mononuclear, that means it contains one nucleus, phagocytic. It has the ability to phagocytosis system, that means a clump of organs when function in a group, that is called the system. So mononuclear phagocytic system consists of the lymphocyte, monocyte, and the RES, that is the reticular endothelial system, consists of the spleen, lymph node, etc., etc. So these are present from our body during the birth, and this system, when some pathogen enter in our body, this system always try to resist themselves. So it is a kind of barrier. This is the biological barrier. Next, chemical barrier. What is chemical barrier? Chemical barrier is the temperature, pH, and various soluble factor that is present in our body is the chemical barrier, or it can be sometimes called physiological barrier. Like that, our body has own core temperature. When we measure our fever by inserting the thermometer into our mouth cavity or into our underarm, then the core temperature can be measured, and this core temperature can destroy many antigens, many pathogens. So it is one type of physiological barrier. Like that, our tears contain lysozyme. Lysozyme is an enzyme that is present in our tear. When some pathogen enter through our eyes, then the lysozyme can kill them. As a result, lysozyme act as the barrier, that is the chemical barrier. Next, gastric juice that is present in our stomach. The gastric juice has very low pH, nearly 3 or 4, and when some pathogen can enter into our body by the digestive tract, the gastric juice can destroy them. As a result, the gastric juice within our stomach act as the physiological barrier. Like that, there are several examples of the chemical or physiological barrier. The next is physical barrier. What is physical barrier? Skin present all over our body act as the physical barrier. It is the largest physical barrier. Sometimes any pathogen when moved to us, then it can be stopped or resist by our skin at first. When they can invade through the skin, they reach our blood vessel or our muscles, etc., etc. But at first they are supposed to revoked by our skin. So it is the physical barrier. Mucus secreted from the mucus gland that is present within our nasal cavity act as the physical barrier. Like that, when some smoke or any other chemicals insert into our nose, we becomes to sneezing. That is the hachi. So we revoked the external pathogen. So we can say that mucus is also a physical barrier. Okay, acha, the next is the inflammatory barrier. Inflammatory barrier is the inflammation. Inflammation ki, what is inflammation? Inflammation is the process when some pathogen or antigen enter in our body can respond by inflammation. Inflammation, the main symptoms of inflammation is pain, swelling, and redness. It three, and when some injury or pathogen occur, when some pathogen enter into our body or some injury takes place, then pain, swelling, and the redness occur. This is the inflammation, and our body responds against the pathogen. Our body responds against the pathogen. This is the inflammatory barrier. There are also some barriers, like general barriers, like the age, like the sex, like the heredity also act as the barrier. The animal or some organism, some human belonging to a healthy family can inherit a type of immunity already from his ancestor. It is a type of barrier. Age, you can all know that the young age contains the maximum immunity, but the mature mean over mature, that means the above 60 senior citizen has less immunity. So age is also a barrier. Youngness, that is the age in between the 15 to 50, this age, this is the burning stage of a human. So in this age they can resist any kind of pathogen, but over 60, that is the senior citizen, they cannot resist all types of pathogens, senior citizens, so they lack immunity. Okay, like that, these are the, and different pathological situation like fever, like other pathological situation, they can destroy our immunity, but a healthy person have high immunity. Okay, clear? This is all about the innate immunity. Then we have discussed about the acquired immunity.